Okay, alright. I think we are officially ready to get this started. As soon as I eat this ice, then we should be good. Oh wait, no, we're not. Let's go ahead and get this started. What a way to start. Okay. Where's my phone? Oh, okay, it's over here. Just in case I want to see what you guys are saying, because I can't see everything. Other than my head, I'm not a wizard. You think I'm a wizard? Why would you think I'm a wizard? Also, I'm just saying gibberish just so, like, I know that, like, I see you guys in chat. Just want to make sure that this is on. Hello and welcome. Give me one quick second. If I can come over here and look around really quick. Hello. I think we are all ready to get started. Let's see. All right. Now we are ready to get started. I am absolutely ready to get started. So welcome all to, I don't know why it's on gameplay. I'm putting it on big face cam right now. So welcome to a live stream, a very special live stream that I think you guys might enjoy. Today we are doing a Minecraft Diaries live stream. And for those of you who are not familiar with this series, I wouldn't blame you. It's been a long time since it's been posted. But this is basically like the series where I kind of got a knack for storytelling using the, am I on? Is it working? Want to make sure? Because every time this starts, I don't know what it is with my microphone. My microphone right here decides to be a big old bee and wants to, like, you know, not work. So I'm, like, not trying to get into it until I know that you guys are situated. There's lag, apparently. So we'll figure that out. Let's see. I'm going to eat some ice in the meantime. Yummy. Okay, so there's a lot of lag. Oh, my God, you guys are getting the worst screenshots of me. No! Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. I don't care. So give me a second. Hold on. We're gonna try to figure out what's going on with this lag. It could also be that, I don't know if you guys remember the last time that we had lag, but the last time that we had lag, oh my God, this freaking, I kind of love the lag because, like, the screen grabs are, like, amazing. So do what you want with those. I don't care.
It's glitching.
I know, it's glitching. I see it. So, I'm letting them know. I'm sure they can hear me. If you can hear me, here's some ASMR ice eating. I'm working on it. It's being worked on. Oh my gosh, don't worry. Hold on. We gonna fix it. Oh. Brian Drazen, thank you so much for your donation to let me know that there is lag. If anyone else wants, I'm just putting this out there. If anyone else wants to donate to let me know that there's lag there, because there's so many people saying it's lag. But if you want to let me know that there's lag with a donation, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm just saying it's a good way to let me know. I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't really mean that. No. Look, I joke around a lot, okay? I really do. So, you know. I see the lag. It's real. It's real. For those of you asking where certain series are, there's updates on the community tabs and stuff like that. So if you want an update, please check them out. I've given many updates just so you guys know. Please do research. Just letting you guys know to do that. Also, you can't really see me, so. But I'm, like, leaning into my mic and, like, making faces and stuff. Yeah, I know there's lag. Can I talk about something else aside from lag? Gah! Jeez, guys. Okay. I'm gonna eat some ice. I swear, if we come back and there's no lag and I'm, like, picking my nose or something, or, like, scratching, like, like, I always am afraid of that stuff. Like, I'm really afraid of that. I love eating ice, too. Let's talk about something else. How was your day? How was your day? this thing on? Hello? Can y'all see me eating ice again? We're just gonna make this into an ice eating MCD stream. Where I talk about things, and yeah. Oh my god! I laughed while I was eating ice. This is bad. It's poor form. Are you guys here? Hello? I'm scared. We're testing out the lag, so if you're doing anything crazy, don't do anything crazy. I think I just laughed while I was eating ice, so you guys got to see me eat ice, which is fine. I don't care, but don't judge me. I'm just trying to eat ice and be a good person. All right, I'm on. Perfect. Okay. Oh no. I ate a piece that was too big for me. No! Okay. 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 I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay. All right. It's all good? Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Cool. I think I'm good. All right, I finished the ice. Everything's good. I think we can go ahead and get started with the actual stream.
You're good, okay?
Okay, thank you. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to do the stream right now. This is the Minecraft Diaries anniversary live stream. Welcome. I would love to play Diaries music from the past, but guess what? It's all copyrighted now. Isn't that amazing? So basically, the way that the music works, and I'll get into it, is you have to have a license for it. And it exists within that time period, so all my other videos are fine. But if I play anything now, since I don't have the license to all that music anymore, it doesn't work the same way. It's just like, okay, maybe I actually have like a track that we can play that's not like MCD related, but it's close enough. So let me see if I have something really quick. Give me a second. Oh, and by the way, for those of you guys who have not seen the community post, I highly recommend that you check it out, because for those of you guys that have questions about Minecraft Diaries and where it's at, that answers it right away. I'll get into that in a little bit, just to kind of like, you know, give you guys the word from me, because I posted in a community post. But we will figure that out in a second. So give me 1 second real quick. This is gonna be a really chill, like, let's play on the Minecraft Diaries actual server stream for a while. So give me a second. If I can find like a nice song, that would be great. Okay. Let's try this song right here. Please don't be copyright. Can I use that? Yes, I can. Okay, all right, I can use this one. I have the rights to this one. Yes! Copyright is weird on YouTube, man. I don't risk that stuff. There we go. Let me know if the music is too loud or too small or whatever. It's gonna be a little low so you guys can hear what I'm saying. But let's go ahead and start talking about Minecraft Diaries. So let's start from the very beginning. For those of you guys who are interested in the series or interested in just like knowing the lore, because honestly the series is so freaking long, I don't expect anyone to go back and watch it. There's a lore like video down in the description below, and there's the first episode there in case you want to watch the first episode. My recommendation is to skip the first 15 episodes, in my opinion, and then go from there. But if you want to watch the first 15 episodes, it's basically like a generic Minecraft roleplay, and then it becomes something else a little bit different. And also right now I can see that the chat is in members only mode right now, so awesome. If you want to be a member, there's a join button right next to the thing at the bottom, so check that out. I think it's over here. I'm not sure. I think it's, yeah, it's over here. It's over here. So check it out. There's a join button right there. Okay, so let me know if that music is loud. If not, cool. Okay, all right. So give me a second. I will do donation reads in a bit, but we will also start talking about Minecraft Diaries first. So Minecraft Diaries, for you guys who do not know the series, again, you may be coming here for My Street. Minecraft Diaries was the first series that I did where I was becoming more proficient in storytelling and I was learning how to do storytelling for YouTube. That's all changed since then. It's not the same as it was back in the day, but it was the first series that I did where I was just like, oh man, like I can do all these crazy things and it's super intense. When it first started, it was not as popular as it got later on, and then slowly over time, there's just a lot of different things that changed about it, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But if you come to the gameplay right here, you can actually see, for those of you guys who are like super like, you know, vets of this series, you'll see that I am currently, it's gonna look a little sad, but I'm in an empty world where I believe this is the first, this is season 1, but this is not, this is when I had like all the dogs and stuff down here. And I had my little area here in the back, and there was Levin's room, and it was just so cute and horribly decorated because I didn't know what I was doing, but it was all great. So this is as far back as we could get. We have, I think, older files, but they're on older computers. Like, I don't think you guys understand how many assets are on older computers. So yeah, we have quite a bit. And no, I can't just play Zelda music because copyright. Copyright is getting very strict on YouTube, so you gotta be very careful with what you do. And so yes, you have to have licenses for a lot of things, trust me. So this is clear this weather. Weather clear. We ain't got time to deal with this. We want to see it in a nice state. It's not gonna be this all rainy stuff and things like that. All right, here is the Minecraft Diaries world, and I believe this is shortly after we had gotten Levin. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a while, so even I forget these things. Especially when I've been producing for so long on YouTube. But we have everything here. I don't think the babe house is here anymore. I think that was, no, it's here, look at it, oh my god, it's right here. We don't have the NPCs down, but I can spawn some NPCs in a bit. And I'll probably do that on the stream, because what we're gonna do is maybe just like fix it up just a little bit. Here's Emmeline's prior house, and I remember this, I think this was the first one that I actually went in. We're just going down memory lane just a little bit right now. And then again, I'll get to donations in a second, and questions in a second. So we have quite a few things going on here. Oh my goodness, I remember this. I remember doing a interview with my friend Dylan here when he came on my server. I think he did a video on how to be Aphmau, and we were there. So yeah, this is just the old, like, pretty, not like immediate, like immediately in the beginning Diaries, but this is like when it was starting, and when it was like starting to get more story intensive. This is where we saw like Garth, you know, down here, and it's insane. It's really insane. And again, for those of you guys who have asked me, like, is Diaries gonna come back? I answered this question a year ago on the community tab on the Aphmau Fantasy channel, to which I stated that I would love to bring it back someday. Realistically, though, I don't want to touch it right now, and I can get into that in a little while. Maybe when we have a few more talks about things, we can get more into that and why it's on an indefinite hiatus. But today is the anniversary. It is the 4th anniversary of Minecraft Diaries, and it has been a long time. Oh, Jason's on. But it has been a crazy adventure going through all of this. And welcome all these new members, by the way. It's great to see you guys, and I don't know why it's not scrolling down for me. Oh, okay. My chat isn't updating at all. Why? Give me a second. I'm going to reload my chat because it's not popping out for some reason. And I don't know if I have another song that I can play, because I don't know if you guys like this song or not. It's the old shops. Yes, it's the tunnel. When we saw Garth's face for the first time. Yes, I remember all of that. So yeah, again, if you guys are interested in that, check it out. I recommend looking at it, because it's not like it's like, oh man, she just stopped Minecraft Diaries because she doesn't care about it no more. It's like, no, I really care about it, but I don't think you guys understand the mental strain of being a content creator on YouTube, and how much content has changed on YouTube, to where if you take a look at the old Diaries episodes, how acceptable they were back in that time, how much harder it is to produce for content these days, especially when it comes to Minecraft content, because it's almost like that kind of content is outdated, and not that it's a bad thing, but it's definitely it's a very interesting subject, and one that I've actually studied as a YouTuber, and like both Jason and I have very good like concepts around what how things work on YouTube and how things like have changed so much. And anyway, I can go on for this forever, but we're not gonna get onto that. Welcome everyone joining, by the way. Diana Harris says, hi Jess, God, this is actually giving some massive nostalgia. I remember when Garth actually hit his face. I hope you continue doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. So let's let's see. I want to see Flipper. I don't think Flipper's out here. I remember I had a dolphin here. I don't think we have that mod anymore. Let's check. Let's see. Dolphin. Nope, we don't have it. Oh, we don't have that mod. I think over here, that is, I forget what city that is. I think that was destroyed in the great, oh, cool! Babe, I have Season 2 and Season 3 worlds ready to go to everybody. Ah, awesome! Awesome, thank you. Thank you. Living. Nostalgia. Right now. Okay, alright. So, yeah, let's go ahead and let me take a look at some of the donations, see if there's any questions or comments in there. I don't have my live stream helper with me today, so I cannot get archived messages today, so just letting you guys know. It sucks, but I have to deal with that, so if I do like checks for that kind of stuff, I'll try to get it as best as I can. But yeah, look at this world, it's so different. Let me see if I can pull up the skins for NPC wands. NPC wand. There we go. Let me pull these guys out. Let's see if I can maybe have this here. Oh, nope. There we go. Alright, there you is. If I come over here, give me a second. I might be able to pull these skins that will make some of you guys just be like, oh my god! Give me a second, hold on. I don't know if this is gonna work. Please don't get mad at me if it doesn't work. Let's see. I'm gonna have to put full cam here because I have to put in a URL. Oh god, what is that? Oh god, I forgot this is not how custom NPC works. Let me see. Oh! Oh no! Let me pull this up. So I do have the old skins for the characters. I believe I actually released them, but because our mod is so updated, they don't have the arms anymore. So let's just look at him from this side. This angle will look fine. That's perfectly fine. That's MCD Garth right there. Yeah, it's again, I have a bunch of them, but they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna look exactly the way that you think they would look. So let's just, we're just gonna leave him right there. Sorry, Garth. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see. From the donations area, if I can pull this up really quick, I can scoot over just a tad teeny bit. Let me see. Shimmer Star Anime says, hi Aphmau, I'm so proud of you and how far you've come. I've been watching you since your first 1,000. Oh wow, thank you. I'm so proud. You've grown so much. You've inspired me and actually saved me. Keep growing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate like hearing that I could help you in some way. Just know that, and I was actually gonna tweet about this the other day, but like I'm your support in your struggles. I am your support. You guys are the ones with the strength. Just remember that, okay? You got all the strength. You got this. Trust me. You's all good. Let's see. Panda Gaming says Jane Chan is the best. I think that's cool. I think they're cute. I think all couples are cute though. That's just me though. All couples who love and respect each other. And by respect, I mean that they have mutual understanding of what their version of respect is. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let's see. Michael Benton says, Lords of All, thank you so much for your donation. There's no comment there, but thank you. Michael Benton says, love your channel, Jess. Hope to one day become an awesome YouTuber like you. Awesome. Just know it's a lot of hard work and, you know, crazy stuff going on. Garth, no, poor Garth. He's fine. He's fine. He's just, you know, He's just, this is just, let me take him down real quick. I have to, sorry Gareth, I have to delete you 1 second. Okay, I put it back up. There he is right there. And if you're wondering why I'm going from full cam to face cam, it's because I have private URLs there for their skins that I obviously don't want people to have because it's my private URL. So, okay. So it has been a long time. Yes, we have Kiki's Barn. I think, no, it's not here yet. Oh, wait, we have the first iteration of it. But as you can see, it's just been a crazy journey that we've had. And I remember starting this series, and technically, this isn't the first, if we want to get technical here, this is not the first Minecraft Diaries. This is actually season 2, technically. Season 0 was the one where I was really, like, experimenting with how to do things, how to really, I wanted to do a Minecraft roleplay where I cosplayed, because I was doing face cam at the time, and I really wanted to get into that kind of thing, but that didn't pan out very well, and season 1 was kind of a wash, or season 1 of the original, or Origins, or whatever I ended up calling it. I think it's Origins, yeah. Let's go with that. Oh, this is where the Sean Connery was! I remember this! It got too big! Stop it, rain! Weather clear. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of nostalgia here. I remember the hamsters and pudding and stuff like this. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. And then this is where the statue eventually came to be. And then eventually the landscape ends up changing. And it was all crazy stuff. Yeah, we had Malachi's moving castle, which was really cool. I love that arc. It was really fun. But this was definitely at least starting for me, this was a journey that was almost like learning how to do, and I've said this before, it was very much learning how to do this stuff, because obviously you've seen how far I've come from doing this stuff. And remember, when I first started doing this stuff, originally it was just me writing almost everything, like seriously, like it was just all that. And then Jason was doing like the back end where he was helping me put up the sets, or like finding mods and figuring out how to get them in and stuff like that. It was really crazy. And it just kept evolving from there. And eventually, I don't know how to segue this entire, what is it? This entire Q&A question. If you want to ask me questions, go for it. Again, like I said, on my community tab, I'll answer questions or in comments that I'm comfortable with answering. Some I'll probably reserve because, as I said, I would like to, I'm not sure how I would want to continue Diaries again. Jason and I have had conversations about this because, I would want to, but again, not in the foreseeable future. But if I ever did, I would want to, I don't know what I would want to do with it, honestly, because Diaries was like me learning to become a YouTuber and learning to really enjoy doing a series that I wanted to do. And it taught me a lot about being a YouTuber and being in the public eye that, again, I'll get into in a little bit. I just don't feel like right now is the most appropriate time to do it, because when I get into it, I will rant about the subject, trust me. Let's see. We have Shane Mr. 12, who says, "Hey Aphmau, I've been with you since Iron and Coal." Thank you so much. That was an older series, which was fun to do as well. And oh my gosh, that was a fun series to do. That one was very interesting. It was a more linear path than Diaries, and I loved doing that one. It was absolutely fun. A lot of memories there too, and a lot of lessons learned for storytelling and stuff, and it was just crazy. It was just really crazy. So thank you for being here with me for that long. We're just kind of exploring around the first set and kind of get an idea of, like, I really needed a pathway up here. I don't know how you guys dealt with me jumping all over the place during this stuff. Let's see. Katie Hogan? I hope I said that last name right. Says, "I remember rushing to finish the S1 build before S2 release. Nostalgia overdose right about now. So much love, Jess." Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's such an, like, for me and for you guys, I know for you guys especially, because I know for some of y'all, this series holds a huge place in your heart. The series also does the same for me. It's just, man, it's crazy right now. And again, 4 years of, like, what I consider 4 years, like, I know it hasn't been running for a year, but what I consider to be 4 years is, like, these characters still exist. Like, think about it this way. Diaries, and I'm talking to you all like this, like the old-fashioned way. Diaries still exists, and for those of you guys who have been watching the most recent My Streets, or My Street Season 6, you will know that it's still there, like in spirit, in however, like, and I can't really talk much about it, but for those of you watching Season 6, you will see a lot of very interesting things from there. You'll know certain things, and I wouldn't encourage you to rub it into other people's faces, because I used to be a protective fangirl myself. I'm not anymore. I grew up from that kind of stuff. Just letting you guys know. That, and trust me, you're looking at me like, oh, she's being a big old bee right now. But trust me, you'll understand the difference between being a fan of something and being a safeguarding fan. There's a big difference. So be a welcoming fan, in my opinion. Let's see, whatchamacallit? We have, Mixie Prue, who says, my brother and I love watching you together. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the rest of the videos. There's a ton of videos. There's like 4 years of videos. Oh my god. There's more 5 years of videos, actually. Luna Moon says, how did you manage to scream like that in the RPs? We didn't have a recording booth at the time, so I was actually recording that scream in front of a ton of people who were, at the time, working with me, so that was fun. And I guess it's just, I hurt my voice. I remember doing that because that was not fun. I hurt my voice when doing the scream. Oh, it's a little place where Zane came and got the people married, and, you know, the stupid crazy cat lady actually unfolded a lot of stupid events. If it weren't for her and the stupid story, then we probably wouldn't have been in a lot of situations. But hey, you didn't have a story that was interesting, right? Some people gotta cause drama. Okay. Let's see. That's how I just scream. Artwork by me says, wanted to post this, been here since OG MCDs. Thank you so much. Let's see, who else do we have here? Angelsville 2, would you plan on doing that? I'm trying to keep the questions specifically to MCD in particular, so if you're asking about other series or commenting about other series, I'm probably, I'll thank you for your donation, but I probably won't get into that. But to give you an idea, not at the moment, no. But again, that can always change as time goes on. It could be like, hey, we have enough bandwidth to do this project. And when I say bandwidth, I mean my personal mentality. Recording is not easy, especially on a YouTuber. Especially if you're doing a long sessions of recordings and you got a family and you got a business to run, you got things to do, and you're pregnant and, you know, you're going through mental health. There's a lot of things. So when I say bandwidth, I don't mean like, no, I need, you know, other people to do things for me. It's more like, hey, how much can I mentally withstand? So yeah, think about that. That's what I mean by bandwidth. Also, you can probably see my tummy. It's getting bigger. Yeah, I know, I'm huge. Let's see. My goodness. Let's see. How are things going? I'm shaking and crying right now. Oh my gosh! Didn't Cadenza make notice? Yes! I remember. It's definitely crazy. Who liked the cat lady? I don't think many people did at first. I don't think many people actually did. Yeah, I don't think anyone did. I never see fan art of her, like, ever. I don't think I've ever seen a fan art of her. I think I've seen her in fan art of other characters that were more popular, but I don't think I've actually seen her in a fan art of herself. I was like, oh man, I love the cat lady, she was the best lady. No, she was designed to be a big old bee. Alright. So, let's see. That's where Don and Logan got married. Yeah, that's where Don and Logan got married. And then we had a wedding over here for Emma and Kenmer later on in episodes. Spoiler alerts! But honestly, if you haven't seen MCD, there's not really a lot of spoiler alerts. Oh yeah, spoiler alerts for this entire thing. If you haven't seen MCD, a lot of spoiler alerts, because we're going to get into a lot of things here. So yeah, that's Oh yeah, the intro. Oh my god! So I actually went through a bunch of my Minecraft Diaries series, cause I do that every now and then. I'll be like, hey, what was it like back then, where things were so simple? And I would go back and I would look at it. All it is for the first I think in the first 80 episodes of this freaking series, all it is, hey guys, Jess here. And it's just like, holy, what is? I look back on it and I love it, but at the same time I'm like, what was I thinking? Why couldn't I come up with a better intro every single time? But back then, I think that was the norm for most YouTubers, is you would just have the same intro for everything. And nowadays, like, you gotta be super, like, energetic and creative and, like, stand out from, like, all the other types of videos that are similar. It's insane. And that has to, again, do with how much YouTube has grown. It's intense. Let's see. Michael Ward says, love you, Aphmau. Love you too. Thank you for your donation. Welcome new members, Mass Murder and Stilexa Tiger. I'm not even a member. I've been watching you for so long. I even made a Minecraft skit. Oh, sorry. This is Tian123. I'm not a member, but I've been watching you for so long, and I've made a Minecraft skin with the dress your character has on. I love you so much. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. Lawrence's old hair. Yes. So fun fact about Lawrence and why his... I don't know if I can talk about this. So, Lawrence, this has to do with analyzing the audience for Minecraft Diaries at the time. But when Lawrence was first introduced, I really wanted him to be a... Oh my god, thinking about this stuff is so weird. But it's true. So, when we first introduced Lawrence, he had a skin that was, I believe it was from, like, I just grabbed any skin at the time, and it was from Vesperia Tales? Forget what it was from. But Lawrence had a really, in the beginning, not after he went through all the stuff that he went through, but in the very beginning, Lawrence had a really hard time picking up steam, much like Dante in later seasons. Dante had a hard time picking up steam with the audience, with like the people who were watching. And by the way, for those of you guys who are like, well, that's not true, or that's not how I felt, just know that I wasn't looking at one person in particular, because there were a ton of fans of Lawrence's old look, and they loved how it looked and stuff like that. But there were also, like, a lot of people who just didn't care for his character at all. Like, they just did not like Lawrence at all. And I wanted someone who could really compete with Gareth and give Gareth a good run for his money, because at the time there were only 2 love interests, even though my intent was to put a little bit, like, originally I wanted quite a few love interests in this. Nothing too serious, though. They were more so supposed to be very, what is it? They were supposed to be very convoluted love interests, where they had a reason to like Aphmau and to not like Aphmau, and a lot of their love had to be subsided because of duty. Sorry, I'm immature. Because of their duty to her as a guard, right? Or as that kind of protector, that kind of person. Lawrence had a hard time latching on with his look. Once, and this is gonna sound like bad, but once we changed the way he looked, you would not believe how much fan art came out the week prior to that. And I kid you not, it wasn't like we made these changes and we were like, oh yeah, this is gonna work and this is gonna be great. We had no idea these changes were gonna work or not. We were just like, holy crap. But we noticed that when we changed the way certain characters looked and how they were perceived, they took off. Lawrence then became, especially because we gave his change of look a backstory, or I gave his change of look a backstory. I'm so used to saying we in the context just because I'm just like, like it's been so long. But once we changed how he looked, people started to like him a lot more. And that was just a very interesting experiment for me as a creator, because I didn't realize that that kind of stuff, at least aesthetically, sometimes really matters. And that's when I learned a very interesting lesson with creating characters for a story that you want people to attach to. They can't just be something that you, like a skin you grab and you throw on to a character, they almost have to have their own look, their own dynamic, their own kind of, you know, pull themselves. And I think that Lawrence had a lot of, his original skin had a lot of issues. So we changed it. I think that also boosts that. But just know that there was a lot of learning lessons for that. So yeah, it was very, very interesting. Give me a second. Let me come over here. Let's see. Hey Jess, I have been with you. Sorry, I'm reading this, the donations. Anna N says, hey Jess, I've been with you for about 4 years and I love all with you on my heart. And do you remember the Babe House? Yes, I do remember the Babe House. It's actually right over here. The Babe House, when I originally thought of the idea, was, I think I cut this out of the video. I didn't call it the Babe House. Call it something else. And I remember I was sent a music track to you on Discord. Ah, music track, I want it. Give me a second. Jason sent me a track that's probably not this one. And again, let me see. Where is it? What is this one? That's sad. Stop it, Jason. I know. Oh no. Oh my god. Wow, Aphmau's table, yeah. Okay. That's really good. I'm gonna download that. I'm putting that in the stupid track. There we go. Alright, I'm playing it again. You can't stop me. There we go. And I'm sure you guys will remember this track. It hit me in the feels too. There we go. Alright. Okay, that's on. So you wanted to have a reverse harem, Isoka asked for. To a certain extent. So a lot of what you're gonna hear me say on the stream, very much will contradict some things I have said in the past. And the reason that I am bringing this to light now is because at the time, I did not know how to handle certain situations I was in. I'm not gonna get into a lot of things, but just know that a lot of things I will say on this stream are more, are less censored than they were back then. Some things I honestly did say because I was scared back then. I had no idea how to handle a massive influx of audience. I had no idea how to be a YouTuber. I had no idea how to respond to public criticism. It was definitely an experience for me that, that made me learn a lot about dealing with people and how, at the end of the day, I really should have said what was on my mind. So when you ask about a reverse harem, I really did want that to happen in Diaries, but I didn't want it to happen the way that you see it happening in like, or in high school where everyone was super after Aphmau, or like, you know, super interested in her. I wanted to do that concept, but I wanted her to be more about what was going on in the world and not super about love. And the reason for that was because a lot of what she was going through was more so pressure from having to be. And now he sent another. Stop it! I'm trying to have a sentimental moment with this stupid music. What it was more so about for Aphmau was her trying to basically deal with the world as a lord, which was something that was super stressful at the time because she has to deal with all these people, you know, doing this stuff. And for her, it felt like she had more concern about the people around her than her herself. So the idea was that she was going to ignore a lot of her feelings for others. She was going to ignore a lot of her feelings for others, not act on her own emotions, because you see that happening throughout a lot of Diaries. She ignores, like, you know, the kids she adopts a lot, very often. She doesn't have time for herself. It's almost like she's so engrossed in the world that she's in and helping others that she doesn't even think about that herself. So when she does have this epiphanal, in season 2, when she has this moment of epiphany that, hey, I can have what I want for myself. I can do what I want for myself. When that happens, she makes an impulse decision, but that's a decision she wants. We'll get into that a little bit later. It's a very, I had more complex thought about this than I actually talked about. And that was something that was very, very, for me, again, it became a lot about shipping. It became a lot about, being afraid of having an audience that would talk about you online. It became a lot of, fear for me as a creator, with what was going on at the time. And I'll talk to you guys about that in a little bit, but just know that that was a thing that I was going through back then as a younger creator. Now that I'm an older creator, I realized, hey, I should tell the story the way I want to tell it and not how people are telling me to tell it. We'll get into that again. We'll get into that later on. Let's just keep going, because Jason sent me some messages about some songs that he sent me. What is the other song he sent me? Oh no. I'm downloading this one. I'm playing this one over here. I'm downloading this one right here. Okay. Let's see. All the music. Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Yeah, I know. I was actually, whenever I was thinking about doing the harem concept, I was thinking about, oh my god, something I hate about the harem concept, by the way. Something that always bothered me. And this was from the very beginning, and this was something that I thought about because I was like, it's either gonna be someone else. It's not gonna be the one that the two people think it's gonna be. It's gotta be someone else, because I hate the harem concept where in anime, this happens a lot. The girl can't make a decision towards the end, so guess what? The creator leaves it open-ended. Like Haruhi and Tamaki, guess what? You don't know who she gets with. And freaking Fruits Baskets, Yuki and, what's his name? Freaking, oh, the cat boy, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. It's always open-ended. They can never give the chick the chance to make a decision for herself about who she really likes and what she really wants, you know? Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's move on to the, I told you I could get ranty. I don't want to get ranty. Look, I have strong feelings about harems, like harem animes, and how I feel like if you're gonna let the chick make a choice, let her make a choice that she want, okay? Just let it happen, okay? Gah. All right, we'll get into that a little bit. We'll get into I keep saying that, but we'll get into it in a little bit. Oh my god. Wait, I sent the wrong face. No! Okay, alright. Alright, did I rant enough to scare you guys away? I don't know, we'll figure that out. Alright. And no, it's not the pregnancy making me this emotional. Just know that I'm actually this like, girl, I can snap at you, like, seriously. Like, if I get mad, it takes a lot for me to get mad, trust me. It takes me, like, I would say, like, the longest I've ever put up with a friend was years before I was like, okay, sorry, I can't do this anymore. I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh man, she gets mad once at one thing and it's the worst thing ever. No, it's like, I put up with your BS for a long time, I'm done. Like, it's because I want to believe people are good. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to Diaries, because that's what we're here for. We're all here for Minecraft Diaries, okay? Let's do that, all right? Chill me. All right, get some ice. Chill, like, just get some ice. There we go, all right. Okay. Yeah, you read the manga for, what, Fruits Baskets, or? Let's see. Oh yeah, like, I don't like when harems do that to the main chick. They're like, oh, she can only get with one or the other. She can't get with anybody else, because that's what we built up to. No, not in my story. We ain't doing that stuff here. Anyway, all right. Let's see. All right, so I think we can go, to the S2 set. Again, if you guys want to ask me questions about Minecraft Diaries or anything like this, feel free to. I don't mind answering them. Again, I'm going to be less censored than I was in the past, and that's just because, okay, he's going to shut down the server. Say goodbye. Bye to the Minecraft Diaries set. Bye. Metelli, I forgot Metelli. Just wait. Spit 10. Metelli's over here. Oh, my God. bug you to put it up. Okay. Oh, I'm excited for the new fruits basket. Skyrina, I am excited for that. Trust me, I'm excited. I feel like, I hope they let, what's her name? It's not Haruhi, it's, who is it? I keep forgetting the fruits basket's names. This fruits basket's character's names, I keep on forgetting that. Toru, I believe it is. I'm not looking this up online. Seriously, if it's Toru, let me know. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Where was I? Shoot. Sorry, I'm getting like messages left and right from my husband with songs. I'll pull up other songs. Jason's finding songs for me. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Let's go over here. All right. Okay. Whew. I'm chilling out right now. Also, I'm in like week 30 of my pregnancy, so if I'm like super crazy right now or hot, it's because I just like, I get hot, I get like super, we'll talk about it later. This is MCD, not, well, technically MCD had a lot of babies in it, and stupid Aphmau goes on an adoption spree. Look, I've told Jason before, if I ever found a baby on the street and I need to take that baby, I'm gonna get attached to it emotionally. Like, I hope I never find that, like, please don't. But like, I told him, like, if I ever, I am that kind of person. I would be that kind of person. Okay? All right, cool. So let's see. What else we got? Didn't the Werewolf King die? Yeah, he did. He did. We had, in season 3, we have the arc continuing. There's a lot of things that were, like, super weird about, season 2. Season 2 was when the event happened, and there's an event, and when we get to it, I will talk about it. Because it's the event that I believe, personally, made me really not give, like, it's the event that I feel really hurt me as a writer and a creator. And a lot of you guys you're gonna be like, what? And we'll have a talk about that.
It's gonna take me one more second.
That's perfectly fine. I'm ranting here.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? I'll pull up episodes on the side. I'll pull up episodes on the side.
I'll be back when it's ready.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna pull up some episodes on the side. Let's talk about have you ever thought about bringing Pixelmon back? No, because sorry for so blunt, but that actually ceased to exist because it's copyright. Nintendo, I believe, went after Pixelmon and had to take it down. And that, I mean, just so you guys know, as a content creator, as someone who creates content, this is something that happens a lot. And if you're creating content, just putting this out there, always.
Remember what I said it was going to take a long time?
It's ready, isn't it?
It's ready.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the best talk. Okay. When you're, as a content creator, it is so important to rely on your own source material, because whenever I do a video of like something else, I know that I could get copyright striked. And there's sometimes where I'm just like, okay, I really want to do this video, I will do that. But just know that that's always a thing. If you're using somebody else's content and it's theirs, they have all rights to it, it sucks. It freaking sucks. Trust me. I have to deal with this every day. All my old videos that basically have like certain things that are getting hit. It sucks. But that's just, copyright is really weird. Copyright is a very interesting subject that is a very difficult one to deal with. So trust me. Just always know that. Keep that in mind. It's a blah. It's a very, again, I've dealt with that so long. All right, so we're going to go back to Opal. Where's Opal? Where'd it go? Can't find it. Download it again. Where'd it go? There it is. Haha, found it. All right, let's see what this is. See. Let's see. Copyright is sad. I don't think copyright is a sad thing because it's the same thing as like not crediting an artist. Like if people own an artwork, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I can use it for free because you posted it. It's a very it's a very interesting subject because I would never tell an artist, hey, your work, you made it, it's out there for me to take, I'm gonna take it and do what I want with it. I would never say that to an artist. That's a really thing to say to somebody. So why would you do that with a video creator? What's the difference? Like, it's a huge debate, and I don't agree with some of it. If it's it's a very interesting thing. So if it's transformative and it, like, you know, if it's transformative and you have permission, permission is a bigger subject here. So just know that there's like, yeah, we're talking about MCD now. Let's go back to MCD because we're about to go there. All right, hold on. I'm trying to fix it up. Hold on. We're almost there. We're almost there. Give me a second. Hold on a second. I'm almost there. Don't want to look at it. It's bringing back memories. I don't want it. I don't want to look at it until I see it with you guys. So I'm just like coming over here. All right. I think this is a good enough spot. I can't tell. Oh, wow. This is like right where I want to be. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Gameplay. All right, cool. So we are here. Let's go over here. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Let's go here. Okay. Let me have some ice so I can chill real quick because now I'm looking at this. I'm just like, oh my god, no. Okay. I'm gonna eat my ice. Alright, so this is Minecraft Diaries Season 2. Now. I just want to eat my ice. Oh my god. I'm lowering this down. Can I get... Jason, if you're watching, can we get happy music? Maybe a little bit, please? But this is nostalgia music, too. Let's lower down the volume just a little bit. Alright. So this is Minecraft Diaries Season 2. So this is like the first scene that you see. Not the first scene. The first scene is actually... I wonder if it's a crater. What is it over here? Yep, it's a crater. Oh, no. Yeah, so this was originally where the series starts, and this is where one of the most powerful moments happened in Diaries, that a lot of people, really resonated with. This was, where we came out, and then the first scene that you see for the opening intro is, right here. Goes into the gate. This is a really, there's a 15-year time skip in Minecraft Diaries, and it was one of the most interesting things that I've ever really dealt with. Lawrence's wyvern's name? It was Ungryth, and his grave is actually right over here. This is where he was betrayed. Lawrence, not the wyvern. But don't worry, because as you guys know in the lore, they just sleep. The wyverns don't really die. But unless you didn't know that, but there's lore. I wrote it. And don't trust me, sometimes I forget the lore myself because it was so much crammed into one session. I think there was one thing that I wrote that I didn't mean to write, but I wrote, and then I wrote around it, and it was like the coolest thing ever. I forget what it was though, because it was just so much stuff written in. So let's see. Yeah, this was very, Jason helped me build the set a lot. At this point, I really needed help because, towards the end of Diaries, I really needed help with, writing and with story arcs and stuff like that. I'm not amazing at doing story arcs. I consider myself pretty average. I think I can do great story arcs, certain times, but just know that for me, and this is the scene where, okay, we'll get out of here and we'll go talk a little bit. This definitely, towards, season 2, I was getting very happy because we had the arc with Scales win. We had the arc with Zane. We had the arc with the Irene dimension and the things that I wanted to lead up to. Basically, I was having a hard time pulling all my ideas from the prior episodes together in this one huge, story, to conclude the end of season 1, and that's when Jason helped me a lot with that. So that was something that I was so appreciative of because I basically had a hard time putting that on paper. And I remember, y'all remember, I was so freaking pissed. And I'm sorry to just, it has to be said, I was so, look at this house. Oh my God. But I was crying, like, when we could not get episode 100 out. I'm sure some of you guys know. Zoe's room, who was, like, most underrated MCD character of all time, in my opinion. Because I loved her. Literally loved her. But, I think, episode 100, I put out, a video because I was crying in this video. It says, it's a video titled, I'm Sorry, I believe it's still up. I was just so, we had planned to put out MCD episode 100 that day. That was one of the most intensive episodes episode 199, I forget, but we were just so, it was just Jason and I was so exhausted. I was so mentally drained from everything, and it was just like, holy crap, this is so difficult. And that's when it was like, I think it's a lot of those moments when you can tell if somebody's going to, succeed or fail. And there I felt like once we got episode 100 out, we just succeeded in more ways than one. There were some mistakes in episode 100. There were some mistakes in episode 100. There were some mistakes in episode 100. But we don't talk about those ever. Filming direction. And it's so funny how filming can really affect how people see certain things, because obviously it's what they see. There's some mistakes in many episodes that I've had, both in My Street MCD and pretty much any other series that I've ever produced. I've never had a series go off without a hitch. I've never had a series where there was like, oh man, that's not what I meant to happen, but it happened, so we gotta roll with it. But yeah, so that was, I was really sad during that video. I was literally crying, and like, that night, I remember I was crying, and Jason was holding me like, it'll be fine, we'll get the episode out. Like, no, people are waiting for me. And yeah, like, I think a lot of what happened back in the day is that, I just want to expand this a little bit more. Can I do that? Can I ruin a set by expanding it? Nobody's gonna know. It's like one. There we go. I changed history. It's all done. Let's go see what Mantelli's doing. But yeah, so I remember just having so much anxiety about posting episodes. And here's the little hideout area where Levin and Malachi become lords. Oh my gosh, I remember this stuff. And this is when, season 2 was when we were starting to really use models in certain ways. I think Aaron was the first model that I was like, he has to be up against a wall or a tree or something like that, because I want to portray his character in certain ways. And what are these? These are not the ones that are normal, but yeah. I remember, and that's because I really wanted to test out what the models could do. And then we started to get more in, or like, not the models, but the Minecraft characters could do, because I wanted to incorporate more movement with them. There's Donna and Logan's house with all their kids. They got so many kids. It's like, what you guys doing? Obviously, y'all busy. But, sorry. So yeah, let's go up here. Where was I? I felt like I was on a really good track and I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, so just a lot of the things that you guys saw, which were like, hey, that's a cool character trait. It might have been just me, like, Aaron, not in particular with Aaron, because after he started doing that, I was just like, yeah, let's just co-pasta that. I want that a little bit more places. But I would always try to make sure that the sets were ready and everything was ready. Where did, Dante's sword go? Nuh-uh. Oh, no, it's not in this texture pack. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, nostalgia. Where are the mannequins? Oh, yeah, we had to. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the old set. It's just the old set. What shader pack and resource pack do you use for this? I think this is an outdated version, but I believe it was Sphax. I know that the resource pack was custom because we had so many different things going on at the time. And we were designing characters much more in Season 2 than we ever were in Season 1. Season 1 was kind of like, okay, let's pull a few, like, skins from these, like, you know, places real quick and put them, if we can, in. Not every character was like that, but a few characters mostly were. I remember for specifically, like, Lawrence, I forget who else is in the pool of them, but some of them were actually in the NPC texture pack. Which is very interesting. I didn't know where they came from, so I couldn't be like, oh yeah, this is where this skin is from, and this is where this is from, because they would all come from outside sources, and the sources that had them there, they were all pulled from other websites. So I didn't want to say, hey, this is from this person, because then I'd be giving someone who stole that skin credit. It's just, oh my god. And that's why in Season 2 it was like, okay, we're gonna start doing our own, because this is just ridiculous. Like, we can't find original sources, and that's the please don't repost. Just don't do that, please. But the main characters nowadays, pretty much are themselves. They were created from, pretty much scratch. Even Gareth's was definitely, Gareth was, when we did his face reveal, I was like, alright, he's gotta look like a certain way. So it's a really interesting, like, concept. Let's see. Coming over here. Let's see. Another one is, hey Jess, have you heard of, Diaries, CYS on Tumblr? It's a fan game that's been worked on, but they want to know if they have your approval to release the game in the future. That's something that I have to make a post about eventually. I don't think that, I need to, because I've been actually talking with, there was an event that happened a little while ago, with, like, just a bunch of, like, whatchamacallit, artwork that I had to really, like, and it wasn't artwork from fans, it was artwork from companies. So, since then I've been working on, doing, like, some things with the few, we're looking around, oh my god. So I've basically been talking to indie devs, people who make games, people who do fan games, and they've all been giving me different opinions, so, like, on how to go about doing, like, fan-made things in general, and so I have to really talk with them a little bit more, so I plan on putting out a statement about that, maybe in, I'm hoping, a month or so, to kind of get more of an idea, because I want to have more, like, what, like, industry insight for this kind of stuff, and that's just because it's so difficult, nowadays, especially with, like, whatchamacallit, especially, like, what peeves me off is when companies, not fans, these are companies going after, like, my fans' fan art and trying to repost it and resell it, and I'm going after, like, I don't want people to do that, or companies to do that. Like, that is just upsetting. So anyway, yeah, so I'll try to make a statement within a month or so, but just know that I have to really talk to some indie devs about that kind of stuff. So, and I've been talking to a few of them, so, and a few of my VAs are actually indie devs, so it's very, interesting to have that insight. So let me see over here. If I can come over here. Let me know if you want to locate anything on the map. Okay. 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 So I'm trying to look around. I can't see the chat. Oh my god. The chat is slowed down for you guys that are wondering. For those of you guys like, put the chat in slow mode. That is slow mode, sweetheart. That is very much slow mode. Okay. All right. So let's go see what Mattelli's up to. Because look at all this stuff here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is where the whole thing with Aaron happened. It's insane. It's insane. Oh my god. This is Mattelli. I know something happened in Mattelli. Oh yeah, the chicken shop. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my gosh. This is bringing back so much memories. Yes, Mattelli evacuated, and the chicken shaman decided that therefore this town was his because everyone else gave up. I don't think that this Mattelli is the right place though. I know there's another place around here somewhere. There it is. There it is. It should be right over here. Right here. Look at that. Oh. So we had the chicken shaman here. This is a great. I liked this arc. I like this arc a lot. Oh, I hated these trees back in the day because they would always fall. Nowadays they don't fall. Let's see. Let's come over here. All right. So let's come out this way. What is this right here? I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see. What's your favorite set, Jess? From MCD. I honestly don't know. Let's see. Kadrash, Saeed, I hope I said that right. Oh my god! Hey Jess, this is Maddie. Undercover and I'm crying, the nostalgia. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing alright. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trust me, I remember everyone here. I remember you, Maddie. I got you. Don't worry. It's good to see you guys here. There's so many people who, like, I still keep up with every now and then, and I check on, like, how they're doing and stuff like that. Sorry, I got distracted. It's so great to see you. I got, whatchamacallit, my favorite set, I think, is the treehouse here. I think this is just a really cool set. I've always been a fan of treehouses. Don't ask me why. I just always have. So yeah, that's probably my favorite set. So let's see. Put this over here. What, I don't know why I say put this over here as like a way to like distract myself and try to get back on track for things. Okay, but now let's get into, is there any set that you guys want to see from season 2? Like, is there any particular set? If you guys know a set that you're like, hey, I really want to see this one, let me know. And I can try to see if we have it. Just know that we don't have, again, everything is just on old computers that we left back at the, like, everything's just on old computers. Just know that. And they're at our house, but, like, they're not here with me in this room, so I can't pull every set, but just know that I can bring some. Let's see. Any tips for people who want to start story writing? Depends on what you're writing for. My opinion is to always write for yourself. That's a lesson that I learned the hard way. Always write for yourself. Don't be afraid to touch, like, controversial things. I know that it's very difficult sometimes. I think that if you touch them in a very, like, if you hit on them in a very tasteful way, that it could be very good, but there's also, I don't know. Don't be afraid to write things that you may want to write, but are too afraid to write. Don't be afraid to put, what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to put your work out there. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. Oh, this is where Aaron was in the first episode. Let's see. The statue is actually an NPC, so the statue is not here. The statue is gone because all the NPCs have been deleted. So yeah, there's like a lot of, oh yeah, there's a lot of missing bits and it sucks, but yeah. Okay, so the Irene Fountain. Oh, the Irene Fountain should be, oh, there it is, I think. Let's find it. Phoenix Alliance Island. Do we have the set for the Phoenix Alliance Island from S2? There we go. I'm crying right now. Why did I do this to me? I'm sorry. Alright, and I know some of you guys, so this is where the Irene statue is, or was. Again, this was an NPC that we placed down here, which was standing on this pedestal. And it was, actually, you guys reminded me of a memory that I remember. It's something there was a mini statue, and I don't know if she's watching, but there's a mini statue in Emmeline's house from, I believe, season 1. That meant something to someone, and if you're watching right now and you know who you are, I still remember you. Just know that. And I still think about you every day, and I hope you're doing very well. But yeah, there's a statue. I don't know if it's in here. I think it might be in the first server. Oh no, shoot, the statue's actually not here because all the NPCs are gone. Shoot. But I remember that. What? Oh, it was? Show me. So yeah, just Ember, if you're watching, I still remember. So just know that. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So let's see. Did the thing freeze? Let me see. Trying to see if anything. Did stream froze? Freeze? Did stream freeze? I think you may have to give me a second. I'm trying to make sure that this is working. It's froze. Is it still frozen? If it's frozen, great. I peed my eyes. Yeah. Sorry. I'm coming here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Did the stream freeze?
Yeah, there's some freeze in the stream. It should be back now.
Alright, it's back.
They just have to refresh. Just tell everyone to refresh.
Alright, please refresh your stream. If you have not refreshed your stream, do so, please. Please do. Oh my god. Give me a second. Did you set this up? Always here. Oh my god. Okay, so this is one of the more iconic moments in Diaries. I'm scared. This was the wedding for the werewolves for Aphmau and Fenner episodes. What? Oh shoot. Ghosts. So this is one of the more, is it down there? No, it's not. The body is down there. Okay, alright. So this is one of the more iconic scenes in Diaries. This was the episode that got copyrighted because people couldn't get their stuff in order. I remember this episode because we had a huge copyright issue around it, but also because it was iconic, because it was a lot of work. This is one of another episodes that was a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of issues, especially when I owned the music. It was like, God. Yeah, so the issue with that was that we played music, and they said that we didn't own the music, and we did. We had all the rights to it, so it was like, oh, okay. Anyway. Yeah, so here we go. This is the werewolf wedding where basically, Michi, after being a big old bee, decided that she was gonna live with the crazy cat lady. This all revolves around this one bee. Alright, so she comes... She basically, there's a lot of heavy implications in this episode, the episodes prior, about what happens to Lawrence. But then Aphmau and Caitlin, basically they turn into cat people, and then, God, I feel like I'm summarizing like some obscure anime. They turn into cat people, they get sold to the werewolves, basically, and Aphmau ends up having to marry one of the werewolf princes who, like, they kind of understand, you know, like, he's not a bad guy at first, but then what happens is they end up getting married. Lawrence is tied up, and he becomes Shadow Knight for the first time, and he kills the king, and then, you know, can I just, how about I just show you guys what, how about I just show you guys what I mean instead of explaining it? Let's see if I can find it real quick. If I can't find it real quick, then I ain't gonna do it. But let's just talk about this for a moment, because I remember this. Aphmau, episode 20, yeah. This is episode 20, I remember. And can I get copyrighted for my own content? I better not. I swear though, if this is a oh my god, we're gonna watch this together. We're gonna watch this together. We're doing it. We're gonna watch this together. I don't have face cam on here. Are you sure you want to watch this together? Are we actually gonna do this? I'm shaking because of how much the quality has changed. Oh my god, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. It gives me time to eat my ice. I'll just... Okay, let's just do it. Okay. I'm gonna pretend like I'm playing the game. Oh shoot, no. I fast forwarded. Nope. Here we go. Is it showing up on my screen? I just want to make sure. I can't. I don't. Can you guys... Why would I get copy? I don't know. Maybe because the music I don't own the rights to anymore? Ooh, that's a good point. Oh, shoot. We're gonna find out. I'll let you guys know. Oh. Let's find out. I'm gonna eat this. And we're gonna find out. Can you guys see the episode? Are you sure? Alright, there we go. Alright, so you guys can see it. Alright, I'm just dilly-dallying because I just want to make sure. Here we go. We're gonna watch this episode and hear my terrible voice acting at the time. Let's do it. Keep rubbing salt in the wound, don't you? Come on. No time for talk. It's wedding time. Oh my god. Oh my god. This can't be happening. Look at those CG effects! Oh my god! Look at that laggy camera! That's not that was the camera we were using at the time. Oh my god. We couldn't start walking down that aisle because that was hard. Lining up those werewolves was not easy. So sorry. Lawrence had a voice actor but couldn't bob heads. I'm so sorry. I couldn't come up with anything. He's freaking gathered here under the glow of our lunar goddess. We come together to celebrate a love like no other. Two different beast tribes together for the first time in history, uniting to bring prosperity to our land. Oh, shut up. Oh my god. Finner, son of the moon, do you take this beautiful flower of the sun, Aphmau, to be your wife? Oh, damn, I was really... To love and to protect, to hold and to cherish, to transcend the barriers of light with. I do. To solidify this union as one, let them share the kiss of destiny. I couldn't write. My God, I still can write, but whatever. Listen to Sebastian! Oh my God!
Well, are you done with this? No, talk to me first. What the? He's a shadow.
That's Keston.
You fools! Kill him now!
Why did I just get Keston's voice? Oh yeah, I was poor.
No, stay back! Stay away from...
Why am I laughing?
Well, that was not as messy as I was hoping for. Now for you.
I never intended to marry her.
Wait!
Please.
Wait! I got Keston to voice the dad and the son? Oh yeah, that's right, I did.
I have someone to fight for.
Lawrence, stop! He's not a bad person.
Don't care.
This is not the Lawrence I know. He would never kill so senselessly.
I will kill him and everyone who tried to hurt you. This is just a side of me you've never met. You have no idea who I am.
You're wrong. I do know who you are.
I didn't know you.
So play your stupid mind games with me.
Oh my god.
Aphmau.
Wait! Why did I put a transition there? Okay, whatever.
Didn't have to do that.
The Lawrence that I...
Okay, we done. We done. We done. We done. Okay, we back. We back. Okay. Alright, here, and put the music back on. Give me a second. Okay, alright. Alright, so that was like one of the first crazy scenes. Now, something about these scenes, give me a second. Alright. So for me, I love watching those scenes. I think for me, it's more so the fact that I look back on them and I'm like, why didn't I do this? Why did I do this? Oh my god, I could have done that. So it's like, it's very interesting. I think that was the first, no, that was like the second crazy, I wanted to give basically all of the love interests a big moment in, a lot of the stuff. So Garth had his moment in the season 1, Lauren had his moments in, season 2, Lawrence has a moment in season 2. Dante was supposed to have a moment. Because Dante, and I forget who else it was. I think it was Fenner. I seriously have to look back on my stupid docs. But there were supposed to be more love interests for Aphmau, and it just didn't happen. Because, at the time, if you were a fan back then, you might have lived through the Great Garmau-Larmau War. I did. I was there for everything. And trust me, it wasn't a pretty sight. But my intent was, because I've mentioned this in the stream earlier, I did not like the way that harems, specifically reverse harems, worked when it came to giving the main character, usually the female main character, a choice. They didn't get, like, they had between two options, and for me, I wanted to break that. I wanted to have it a little bit up in the air and have it more open to who she could be with, and that she would make her own choice. And she does make her own choice in later seasons, or in later episodes, she makes her own choice. But that's not what people, like, enjoyed, and I'll get into that in a little bit, because this is something that I think changed the course of how I went about writing diaries in the future, and why I believe I fell out of, why I believe I felt a great pressure on me as a writer and as a creator, and why I believe that well, at least for me, it's not what I believe, it's what I feel. I felt that I was dragged out of writing diaries because I gave in to what other people wanted and to what I was demanded of me, basically, because I didn't know how to handle stuff like that as a content creator back then. And I said this in the beginning of the stream, and we'll get to that. We're getting there eventually. But yeah, so let's keep going, and we'll continue with that. Let's see. Yes, the table was gonna have a giant moment too. There was gonna be a moment for the table to have, you know, hit their big scene, with that. Alright, let's see. Falcon Claw and Ocassus. So, let's go to Ocassus. Ken, take me to Ocassus? Ocassus? Oh, nah. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we will talk about, the three main ships of Diaries and sort of My Street. I think My Street started, And again, I have I have archives of like studying from like this stuff, because it was like, hey, as a content creator, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta know your genre, you gotta know all this stuff. You also gotta know what you're doing around this time. And again, like I said, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, if anything that I say now contradicts what I was saying back then, that's because it probably is gonna. And I'm saying that because back then, I was scared. I was really scared of public opinion. I was scared of sharing my actual opinion, and I was very scared of backlash, and like, I didn't know how to handle it. It's not that I was scared of it, I just didn't know what to do. I was more so very under the impression that I have to make everybody happy. And in that kind of impression that you have, when you try to make everybody happy, you're not gonna make anybody happy. And the person who matters, the happiness that matters, is really your happiness. Like, when I say your happiness, I mean like the person who's making the content. That your happiness is what matters. But let's go to Ocassus! Because this is where a lot of the stuff happened, but the set was so big we couldn't do a lot of stuff with it because we were working with NPCs at the time. This one was a very interesting one. So this is Ocassus. In the middle of it, I believe there's Nakara Village over there. Forget what I called it. I know what I call it, just off the top of my head. I can't remember it. Okay. Let's see if I can come over here. See. The table fought off Shad. So this is Ocassus, and Ocassus is a huge place. I don't think you guys understand how big the set was and how much could have happened here. There's just so much stuff here. It's big. It's just really big. But we didn't use all of it. And a lot of the scenes that you'll see, you know, there's a place where, obviously Jeffrey died. See if I can find it. Let's do that. I don't know if I don't have the... Here it is! I found it! I found where he died. I did it. I did it. This is where he did. This is these sets were very, so to give you an idea of what we did, we made the outside set look really amazing, but the inside set, and this is why we never released any maps, we're just there was nothing. The set looked nice for what it was and what it was meant to do, which was to tell the story. The set wasn't completely decked out, and honestly, when you're trying to tell a story like with the set, you just want to have the set ready. Anything else aesthetic looking just needs to get done, like, and look nice. So like, for example, we showed this, I believe, in the scene. We didn't show anything around it, and we try to avoid scenes where it's like you can see inside, because not everything's the guy was like in 3 episodes, but he was important, and he died, so we like him. All right. All right. So yeah, that's why when people are like, let's have the map, it's like, no, it's all messed up. There's nothing intricate about it. There's nothing in these buildings. It doesn't look amazing. It only looks amazing for shots. If we decide, hey, we're gonna use this for a scene, great, we use it for a scene and that's it. We don't use it for anything else. So yeah. Where's the place where Ivy got her head bitten off? I think it's over here, honestly. But why did he die? Zane killed him because he was in the jury of 9 and he had a weak heart, like not evil. Remember? He also had a daughter, and Zane was so evil that he was like, you can't love people. You did. Yeah, there you go. Okay, alright, so just explaining some of the things to Jason. So that way, I mean, he knows, but like... Okay. Alright. Alright, cool. So let's go over here. Let's see. Alright, so this is where I believe a lot of, season 2 concludes. Because season 2 had to conclude. So we can talk about season 2. Because that's where I was, that's where I wrote the scene that I did not want to write, but I did it anyway. If you have any other questions about season 2 before we get into that, that would be greatly appreciated. So if you would like to ask me any other questions about season 2, feel free to. Now would be the time, because after we get into this rant, I'm going to be emotionally drained. Because I just, you know, we're gonna talk about some things that, happened back then that some y'all might not even remember because I had to take care of a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions about season 2, now would be the time to ask them. Not about anything after episode 83, please. Or is it 83 or 82? I think after 80, there's a... I forget. Oh, but here's Falcon Claw, I believe. Yes. Yo, is this... The Thieves Guild, I'm not sure where that is right now. I think the Thieves Guild is... So, oh yeah, this is Falcon Claw. Oh yeah, this is Falcon Claw. Oh yeah, this... This is... I like how I just know from looking at this, I just know that it's Falcon Claw. Let's see. Let's see. Where's the house or castle that... oh, it's over there back in Ocassus. I'll just show you guys where it is, but it's not even here. Why were so many episodes deleted? Not all the episodes were deleted. You may be looking at the wrong season. They're all there, so go check them out. Let's see. Do you know how much time went into all the sets for season 2? It depends, because I would say not that much time. Then again, that would be a Jason question, because Jason really helped with the sets for a lot of things. Any set that... Jason has done, like, a lot of work on sets, so... I'll ask him if he comes back in the room. I'm not gonna ask him on this right now. But, just so you know, the way that sets were usually made, if big sets like this, like Falcon Claw, took... probably a bit of time, but, because usually I was doing the writing. I was like, hey, I need this, and Jason was like, got it. But usually sets, like, certain sets would be more elaborate than others, and that's just because that's the bandwidth we had. Like, if we were filming in that set, we were just like, okay, let's build a set out, and then we'll focus on other sets later. Maybe somebody will have, like, an epiphany that today I want to interior decorate, or something like that. So yeah. See, Irene Dimension is not available right now. Please call back again. No, it's just not available. It's just not free. Let's see. Hyria's home is somewhere in the forest. If I can find it. This is Falcon Claw, though. A sad backstory for Aaron. I believe that the first time we hear him talk is when we get into his backstory around episode 47 of season 2 is what I believe. Wait, is this the Thieves Guild? This might be the Thieves Guild, actually. That mound looks very suspicious. Might be able to find it. I think it's over here. I vaguely remember it being somewhere in the mountains around Falcon Claw. Nope. I don't know where the Thieves Guild is. Let's see. Man, this chat is going by so fast, I'm having a hard time seeing, like, questions. Alright, let's see. I'm trying, see. My god, I cannot see so many questions. Why did you create this series? Because one, I wanted to start a new Minecraft series, and I wanted it to be a Let's Play. But I didn't really want it to be a Let's Play. I wanted it to be something more interactive, and so that's where I decided to really experiment with storytelling. And when I got to learn custom NPCs a little bit more, I was like, hey, I could totally put a story in with these custom NPCs and talk to them like they're real people and just act it out. And I love doing that. That was so much fun for me. And I would still love to do I don't know how well a series like that would do these days. Not that that matters, but at the same time, it's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of work. And a good amount of people who have done, like, RPs, I mean, a lot of them have stopped. Like, a lot of people that my channel grew alongside stopped doing RPs because of how much work there is. There's a lot of work involved in that kind of stuff. It's stressful. It can take a toll on your health. It can take a toll on your mental health. And so in order for me to say, hey, I would love to do this series, I would need to, one, have the time to do it and be proud of it myself. And then two, I need to make sure that it at least does pretty decently. Like, it has to have like some kind of pull. Unless it's like I batch it in like in a 10-episode little mini arc to see how it does. It's like, it's a very interesting way to, what is this? What is it? Oh, the Thieves Guild! Jason found it! Thank you! It's a very, I like the Thieves Guild. It was very pretty. And then we go through here. Oh, I remember this! And then we had Amber take us all the way through! Ah! There we go. And then we come over here. And then you come into the Thieves Guild. There we go. I remember this. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely very interesting. I'm trying to look at the chat. And remember, we're sticking specifically to Minecraft Diaries questions, unless it has something to do with like the expanded Minecraft Diaries like cast. If that's the case, then we'll totally talk about that. For those of you asking about When Angels Fall, please check the again, I'm gonna keep saying this, please check the community tabs for research. And if you can't check them on your iPad, because I know the iPad doesn't show the community tabs sometimes, please check them on Safari or Google Chrome, whichever one you have installed. And then don't look at that again. Like, don't use those, don't use Safari. But anyway, yeah, this is the Thieves Guild. We have the boss's room over here. No, boss's room over here. It's over here. It's the one with the red door. I forgot. God. Because it's the nicest looking room. I'm surprised some of the props didn't stay down. Those weren't a part of... Okay. Let's go in here. Alright. So... Let's see. I am trying to seriously keep up with the chat, but yeah. Come over here. Let's come over here. Are all the different series connected to each other? No, not in particular. Like if a new series launches, it's not like, oh man, it's immediately connected to something. No, it's not. There's only certain ones that kind of maybe. But we'll, again, I'm not gonna talk about that too much, but just know that that is a, you know, it's not like every series that come out, oh my god, something's connected. Unless it's like, okay, yeah, I'm making it very obvious for you here, but you know, let's, yeah. How long did it take for you to think of stories? For the first season of Diaries, I had to, if you realize how often posting happened versus now, I basically, when you have a blank canvas to work with, like the characters are still developing, things are still developing, you can produce pretty quickly. When you have all this lore that you gotta adhere to, it gets harder and harder and harder to do that kind of stuff. And then when your production quality goes up, it's harder. You have certain expectations for posting content. And again, it's really, oh look, there's Knockgrave Village. It's really interesting. So in the beginning, I could say that I could come up with a story probably once, like a full 3 episodes, I could probably write into 1 week. That was back then. Nowadays, it takes a lot longer, and that's just because this cast has lasted for a long time, which is amazing in my opinion. I love it, but it also takes a while. Your workload increases. It's not like it once was. Trust me. Let me see. We're not gonna get into backstory for characters, just because I've said this before in the community post, that I would eventually like to revisit Diaries someday, and I don't know how I'm gonna go about that, because I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know if I want to, ooh, what this? Ah! This is the werewolf village! Oh my gosh! Look at this! Aww. And then we have all this here in the little cave. Oh, look at all this stuff. It got oh wow, it got changed because, oh yeah, it's all changed up. So sad. Okay. What is the thing that you were talking about that you said you hated? Okay, so I will talk about that in a little bit. I'm gonna get riled up about it because it's a very interesting thing that is very so hard to talk about for me. So if I can see any other questions or like stay in like a solid, you know, A+ mood, then I'd be all totally okay for that. But let's come over here. Thorgy's grave. I don't know if Thorgy's grave is around here. It also may be a part of a mod, the gravestone. So I don't think it's around, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Oh wait, there's Brightport over here. I forget that. Oh my gosh. Weather clear. See, I have Brightport over here, and you'll see obviously the mods and everything have changed. I believe this was Biomes of Plenty. We don't have Biomes of Plenty no more, so a lot of things that you're gonna see have changed. Here's Brightport. When I originally concepted Diaries, I was gonna have it be a collaborative series where I would basically write parts for other YouTubers. Getting to talk or work with other YouTubers, even as another YouTuber, is very difficult. Everyone's got such tight schedules, especially if they're posting on the daily content. So doing collabs, unless you're like super like I have your phone number kind of YouTuber, it's not very easy at all. So when I first started this, I wanted to have more YouTubers incorporated in it, but that didn't happen because, again, getting people to show up to recordings is very hard, and also if your recording takes a long time, it's very difficult. It's not easy at all. So it's just intense. So for me, I wanted to limit, when I originally had people come on, I believe the first person that I had on here was the Lord of this village. They would have to body act their character, and that was just like taking a lot of time from someone to do that work. So I just decided, hey, let's just put in voice lines instead and pretend that they're there. At least for this kind of series, because it takes a while, because you had to like walk through everything and have your own dialogue, and it just took a while to do. So yeah, it's very interesting how that stuff ended up happening. Hardest scene to film. There was a lot in almost every big arc that everyone talks about, like Eren sacrificing himself to save Gareth and Aphmau at the same time, to Lawrence going like Super Saiyan Shadow Knight level, to the openings and endings of every series. Openings and endings are hard of every series. Those take time. So like people are like, what's going on with the Angel's Fall? It's like, there's an ending coming, and that's hard. Endings are so hard to do because you want it to be satisfying. You don't want it to be like, oh, okay, this is just my end, here you go. At least for me, I've always held that quality of standard. Even if it didn't seem like back then I did, I had the standard for the time. Like, it was like, okay, this time I want to do this better than, you know, what's normally done. I want to do this for this. And back then, again, the standards were all different. Now the standards are even higher, and it's crazy. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. The Nether? I don't know if the Nether should be here. But I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh, it's working. Can I go through the nether? Or will the server crash? Don't want to do it if it crashes. I'm scared. I know the nether's here, but still. There's nothing there? Okay. Kind of figured. But wanted to ask. Yeah, so I think the nether's on another server. Again, these they were all in different servers. Like, they are just so complicated. Alright. Let's see. So, do you know how much time went into putting season 2 together? A lot of time. A lot of time. Season 1 and season 2, any of these RPs take a long time. So, as long as they were running, there was work being done on them. Like, there's not a series that goes out that doesn't have work on it. Like, so how much time? I think season 1 had 3 episodes releasing a week. At the time, because it was just hard, I would say like almost every single day was dedicated. Every single day was dedicated to it. And granted, this was just Jason and I doing it, so we were literally working on these episodes by ourselves for 24 hours straight. Like, that's a lot. And that's including like editing, doing all this stuff. And granted, that hasn't stopped. Yeah, that's still going on. I mean, it's not like 24 hours dedicated to just that. We obviously have other content, but just know that it's like, when it's still churning, things are gonna be like, you're almost always dedicated to it, like, pretty much. So that work cycle hasn't really stopped for us. We've managed to mitigate it a little bit, so we can have like, hey, we can stop at a certain time and we can kind of relax a little bit. But even when we're relaxing, it's like, we gotta think of this stuff all the time, so it's insane. Yeah, so let's see. Trying to look through the chat to see if there's any other questions you guys ask. Okay, so I think I'm ready to talk about it. Let me just have some ice before we get into this, because this might be a little bit controversial for you guys who lived in this era and didn't know this was going on. But just know that it affected me in a great way. I just need to eat some ice before we get into it. Aaron, death scene, please. Okay. Alright. Oh. Let me see. Kendall, Boku. Oh, I'm sorry if I haven't been seeing the notifications right now. I have been, like, talking about the stuff in Ranting and Raven for the whole time. So if you've donated, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't get to it. But we're gonna get into a really heavy topic here. Alright, Kendall, Bokuamp? Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I can't believe I was only 15 when I watched this. Now I'm going into animation, and I hope I can one day create a cartoon. Thanks a ton for inspiring me, Jess. Aw, thank you. If I had the time, following that up, I would want to bring back Diaries as an animation. Like, as an actual animation. That's my dream right there. I would love to do that. Animations are expensive, though. Trust me, I've looked at pricing it out. It is expensive. Like, if I was going to do it, I would almost want to do a remake. And I would want to do it with more detail in Season 1, more clarity in Season 1, and I would want it to be an animation. But with my limited time and everything, it would be almost impossible to do that. It would be heavily impossible to do that. And it is just, it's very difficult, but I thought it would be a really cool idea. It may not happen anytime soon. May not happen for a few years. But if I ever get, you know, to a point where I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I'm just gonna do it. So we will see. I don't know. We will see. I would want it to be really cool, if I were to ever do it again. But we will talk about that a little later. Anyway, yeah. Okay. If you're asking questions about characters and who they're related to, I can't answer that because I'm trying to still tell the story. Okay. It's time to spill the tea, as you kids would say it. Okay. Ugh. Let's talk about this. The most controversial part of NCD for me. I'm about to talk about that scene, Jason. The one I had to write. Wish me luck. Okay. Here we go. I just need more water. I'm sorry, I'm dragging this on for longer than it needs to be. I was gonna rant. They can see this, they know. I'm gonna rant. Okay, here I go. Oh. He knows how I get. I've talked to him about the scene. He's like, Jessica! Okay. Alright. Let's go over the history of the scene. I'm playing the videos now. AFK from here. Come get me if you need me. Alright. Okay, stop this scene. Right here. Okay. So when it came to Minecraft Diaries, shipping was a huge thing. I absolutely enjoy shipping. I grew up as a shipper. I was completely, like, into that. I wasn't super crazy. Like, not crazy in a bad way. But I wasn't super, like, protective of my ship, my thing. And for me, knowing that other people were interested in that too was a huge, like, this is awesome. I want to share this passion with everybody. I want to be able to, you know, indulge people in this shipping war, that it would be really cool. I was greatly mistaken. Okay, here we go. All right, and I gotta say, spill the tea. All right, I'm gonna take off my jacket because it's getting hot in here for me. I'm like, okay, all right, let's talk about this. And I've referenced this a lot in past streams when I've talked with, like, my friends in the stream, or as you know them, the VAs. I call them the VAs just because you guys seem to know them more as that than as my friends, but I actually talk to them a lot about a lot of things going on, so I consider them more so my friends than voice actors. But because I do obviously pay them on a professional level, I've ranted to them about this stuff. So if you don't want to hear ranting and delving into subjects, you can, you know, you can be interested. You don't have to be interested in this. But let's go back to the to Aphmau Minecraft Diaries episode 73. Okay. So episode 73 of Minecraft Diaries. Let's bring it on the screen. Here we go. Alright, so episode 73, and there's a lot of build-up to this moment. Why is it so laggy? Was that just the quality back then? My god. So there's a lot of build-up. Let me start this over again. Sorry if I get super sidetracked about, like, this topic, because it's gonna be a very interesting topic. Okay. Basically, there was the great Garma Larma War of 20, what is it, 20, I would say from the beginning to like 2016, all right? Prior to that, I had already started to allude to there being a third love interest, which was Aaron. And this character in particular, Aaron, had a lot of baggage with him. He had a lot of like backstory that he was doing on his own. And trust me, this is going to be a little bit difficult for me to kind of get into because I have a much different view on this subject than I think a lot of my audience, especially at the time, did. But there was a huge... I'm going to let this play in the background so you guys have something to watch. You're not going to hear sound, but you're going to just hear me talking over it. It's like one of those, like, drama videos that you watch where things in the background are happening. So, my original idea was to have a harem with Aphmau. But she would not be getting with the main two guys. And if I said anything about that back then who would you guys have to root for? What would you be watching for? This was my intent that I had that I didn't want to talk about because, honestly, like, how do you say that? Like, oh, by the way, you may be rooting for a team, but that's not going to happen. You don't want to give away the story. For me, I wanted to have a female character who was able to pick for herself. And a huge part that I think most people did not like at the time... Why does it keep blinking? A huge part that I think most people did not like at the time was the fact that she couldn't pick. Because Aphmau would often say that she's not ready for romance. She's not ready for love. And that was intended. That was basically her trying to say, hey, I'm a lord. I'm a freaking working woman who's got like all this BS on my plate. I gotta manage these adopted kids. I gotta take care of this other BS with the stupid villagers not being able to build their own villages. I gotta go talk to the freaking daughter of Skelswyn who gets kidnapped. And I gotta go do this stupid stuff where I'm getting stuck in wyvern dimensions and holy crap. She's going through so much emotional stuff. And during this entire time while you're on the ride with her, not once does she give a crap about herself. Not once does she say, oh my god, I'm gonna have a spa day for me, even though there's a spa day later on in the episodes. She's like, oh my god, I'm gonna relax for me. No, every freaking day she's dealing with problems. Oh my god. I'm going on to so much rant. Yeah, you're looking at these past episodes with these rant lags? I know, it's crazy, huh? So anyway, for her, she had a hard time, a serious hard time, even picking between Lawrence and Gareth. Though they had all these romantic scenes at the time that were on camera, she had a hard time with that. It was basically them knowing that they had the Jedi code in their blood where they couldn't really... And I don't know if you guys knew that in one of the episodes we actually do talk about the guards not falling in love with their lords because that's a bad thing. And as you can see, it turned out to be a bad thing. Who knew? So yes, she ends up, the guards, Lawrence and Gareth, end up falling to their lord. They freaking fall in love with her, even though they know the Jedi code. They can't do that. And I say Jedi code, but there is a guard code where they're just like, hey, maybe you shouldn't fall in love with your lord because that might be a bad thing. And it does turn out to be a bad thing. Gareth ends up being very selfish for his brother. I forget how that all played out, but I know Gareth thought he saw Aphmau and Lawrence kissing, and then without, like, actually talking to them about it, he's like, I'm gonna betray the village right now. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, just calm down. I told y'all I was gonna get super crazy here. Okay, alright. Now you're probably saying, oh man, Aphmau wasn't ready for romance. Then what was the forest? Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what that is, this is actually the episodes leading up to it. Prior to this, oh my gosh. Let's see. Prior to this, you know, I was building up, subtly, very subtly, Aphmau and Aaron's relationship. Lawrence and Garth had more screen time in terms of like actually, and this is where I feel as a writer and as a producer, I made a mistake. Because I did not show romantic interest from Eren to Aphmau in a way that was more romanticized. I showed a more mature kind of relationship where it was like, if you remember back when we had the Isabel arc, Eren was buying like Aphmau clothes and stuff like that. Small little gestures from time to time, where it was supposed to be implied, and this is more of a like kind of behind the scenes kind of like idea of love and like of a mature kind of relationship kind of forming. One of the things that Eren absolutely knew, because as you guys know, Eren was a lord, is that he understood the pressure Aphmau was going through as a lord. He had a lot in common with her in terms of having guards, having the responsibility of everyone in the village underneath your shoulders, on your shoulders, sorry, not underneath your shoulders, on your shoulders. He understood. I'm ranting! Stop it! Okay, sorry, Jason's like, hey, you 2 hours, anyway. He understood what Aphmau was going through and knew that he should not try to put any pressure on her. And I don't think many people in this world of Diaries understood that, unless you were a lord. And I think most lords either became corrupted or they became like super, there was super righteous and super corrupted. And then there was kind of like in the middle where they didn't really care. So, with that being said, at the time I was super set on eventually Aphmau and Eren having a relationship, and I wanted it to be more so a kind of lustful relationship than a lustful relationship that had a mature understanding that, hey, we're lords and we have to basically keep this between us because we understand that our village is in the Phoenix Alliance. It's gonna freak out if we like show that Aphmau's like, I don't know, like Aphmau had a really hard time with emotions and a really hard time with kind of observing the people around her, and was more so like, yeah, I want to get my job as a lord done, and just ignoring her own wants and needs. And I feel like I could explain this a lot better if I wrote this out, because I'm not really good at verbally explaining these kinds of things. And yeah, this is a lot of lag from the freaking game. But yeah, so when I decided to go through with Aphmau and Eren, a lot of fans were mad. Like, very mad. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna actually put on the music for this one because this lag is kind of really bothering me. I'll play in the background, but I'm just gonna play some music while I'm at it. There we go. There we go. So, as I was saying, and this is the part that I really... So, as you all know, in this episode, we have Aphmau and Eren actually talking about, in the future, like, over here, they're talking a lot about, like, what's going on. One mistake, it might take one small mishap. If you aren't careful, you can lose everything. This was not just a lesson that my Aphmau MCD was learning, it was a lesson that I was learning as a creator. It was really something that, before Eren, even before Eren, with Lawrence and Garth, I don't know if you guys ever got to see how bad things were. How the shipping of Garth and Lawrence, not even Eren at this time, because Eren wasn't involved in the picture, but during season 1, how bad it got. To the point where I had to ban so many comments. Like, I know people these days complain about Aphmau shippers. I don't think that they even come as close to what I had to deal with emotionally as a creator and a writer when it came to and this is not all. Please don't think that it's all Garants or Garants. That's another one we'll talk about later. But please don't think that this is just every Garmau shipper, every Larmau shipper. I'm assuming everyone was just young back then, and I don't hold it against anybody. But it was a very interesting time because it felt like I had to adhere to Garmau and Larmau. I couldn't do anything differently with Aphmau. If I tried to introduce another male character to Aphmau's like circle, be it Aaron, be it like Fenrir, or be it shoot, even freaking Malachi for some reason. I don't know why, because that was weird. It got to a point where I was getting emails from fans, very hateful emails, very I had a lot of stuff happen during this was Garmount Larma, and I had to block a lot of comments, and that's why comparatively for you guys as fans, you may remember those memories fondly, but I don't, and that's because I mean, I remember the good times fondly, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the good times, but I remember having to block so many comments to other people on my channel about people basically telling Garmount, like the Garmount fans telling the Larmount fans to, you know, go do something to themselves and go hurt themselves, and then the Larmount to the Garmount. Like, I blocked a lot of those comments, so you guys never saw them because we had a smaller community back then. It was easier for me to monitor comments. Nowadays, I can't do that. It's very difficult for me to do that. But that being said, I got a lot of emails from fans back then that were just very malicious, very hurtful. And I remember Jason telling me, hey, just do what you want to do in your story. And so I did. I said, hey, I want Aphmau to get with Aaron. And then what happened after that, when this happened, and obviously the episode happened when she was pregnant, obviously. And obviously you can see their conversation here. It gets very deep. And again, I can go in a little bit further about this. But after this event happened, there was a scene that I wrote. Because when this happened, a lot of people were basically... Yeah, it's... God, it's so interesting. And again, forgive me if I'm, like, talking about this in the wrong way. I feel like I can convey my thoughts better on paper than I can in public, especially in person. But basically, after this whole scene here, and I'm sure you guys know the scene, especially if you look at the comments, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Come over here real quick. Pull this up. I think it's 83. Where is it? Maybe 90? I'm trying to figure out which episode it was. I particularly wanted to forget this episode because it, shoot. I think it's 98. Is it? 98? I forget. Ah, yes, here it is. I found it. I found it. Okay, here it is. This is the scene that I wrote because I was afraid of very rabid fans at the time. I didn't know how to handle it and basically say, hey, this is what I want to do for my story. This is how I want to go about it. And so I went into this with Aphmau and Gareth, and I had Gareth basically yell at Aphmau and essentially call her a slut. And I understand where his frustrations come from. I understand, you know, I could get behind the idea that he would react this way. But at the same time, looking at his past actions, looking at what he's done in the past, and how all of this was caused, not obviously solely by his actions, but this whole time skip era was pretty much a huge part of his doing, which was intended, by the way. he was gonna have a much more different reaction than this one. And this was the one that I wrote because I was very much afraid of my fan base at the time. Not my fan base, not all you guys, but like the more rabid parts of it. I didn't know what to do. I was getting messages that Aphmau was a slut. She was just like this person who just did whatever she wanted, even though, granted, everything she's been through in the past was something that she did things for people, but when she did the one thing for herself, everyone turned on her. At least everyone as in represented by Gareth. Isn't that, it's a very interesting thing to think about. And again, I could very much talk about this a little bit more. It's again a very sensitive topic for me because this scene here, this is the scene I wrote because I did not know how to handle my fan base. I did not know how to talk to people. I did not know how to say, this is my decision, that this is what I'm doing. And honestly, I wanted Gareth to have a different reaction here because he reflects on what he's done, but he rams into, not rams into, I don't know. It's a very, I guess, sensitive topic for me, because of the way he reacts. So, this scene here, at least this scene in particular, was one I did not want to write. This was one that I was just like, yeah, it was, and it sucked. And this was the scene where I basically took what I was being told and translated it to Gareth to have it told back to the character. Not that I'm associating my own self with the Aphmau character, but I think a lot of people do. And again, for me, the Eren and Aphmau relationship was very much a mature relationship in Diaries, which is why in Maestri you see it toned down quite a bit. Yeah. No, we're so sorry that, oh, don't worry about it, bro Poseidon. This taught me a lot about YouTube and doing what I want to do and making it so I feel comfortable with the content that I'm making. And again, it's just I just realized that the scene is, this music is actually like making this sadder than I wanted it to. But yeah, so just know that this is the scene that I just was like, it was me basically giving up my this was a scene that made me feel like I was giving up my creativity to satisfy what other people wanted. And that sucked. And so when people say things like, oh man, she's just done this for the fans, and she's just done this, like in terms of story, like obviously there are some things that I do for you guys, but there are not like things that I don't want to do. There are things that like, hey, I would like to do this because I see that you guys like this and I want to do this. This was a thing where it was like, I'm seeing this reaction, I don't want to do this, but I feel so bad that I have to do this. So, yeah, so if you're an artist, for what this felt like for me, is when people say, hey, I don't like your style should be the way I think it should be, and if it's not that way, you're doing it wrong. It was like this really like hurtful moment where you almost give up something that you don't want to give up, but you're so afraid of what people will think about you that you don't know how to deal with it, so you just do what they want to do. So for me, this scene is the example of rushed and forced. I make fun of that joke a lot, and I know a lot of people use that to say stuff about stories. But this story right here changed a direction. For me as a writer, for Diaries, it changed a lot. And it made me, I don't know, like if I were to remake this scene would be changed. This scene would absolutely be changed. So, anyway. Yeah, so it sucks. It really does suck, but honestly, I don't blame anybody for that. I truly like to think that what this is an example of was people were young. And when I think of people who fight over ships, I think of young people usually. I don't think of older people. And I think that as people who are older especially, it's a good idea to try to, and some people overreact, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I think we all do every now and then. But a good way to kind of think about this is that you have to help people learn. And people are going to make mistakes. So I don't hold it against anyone. I don't think that, you know, Garmouth shippers are bad, or Larmouth shippers are bad, or Armouth shippers are bad. I've seen the worst. I've seen the absolute worst of each of them. And, you know, it's just the way things are. And I don't blame any of them. I honestly just think that it was an experience that I personally probably needed to go through as a creator. But it was the last time that I ever let people super decide what I was going to do as a content creator. And if any content creators are out there watching this right now and you're like, hey, I need to do what people are yelling at me to do, don't do that. Obviously, if it's a mistake, you should apologize. But if it's something where it's just like, hey, I just want to tell a story for fun, and I just want to do this to make it like my own thing, then do your own thing. That's why I am heavily, because if you do not do what you want to do in a story, and you try to cater to people, it will hurt you. Your creativity will hurt your drive. So, yes. Anyway, I'm done.
Okay?
I ranted, yeah. It was sad.
It's okay.
I know. I just feel like it probably would have gone on longer.
Okay, you want to say goodbye then?
Anyway, yeah, so we will conclude there. Sorry, I told you guys it was gonna get worse. Bye, guys.